Hello, hello, my loves. Welcome to another wonderful week through the Enchanted spreads. Now, you guys know the Enchanted spreads hit in on the little harsher points of life with fairy tales and folklore, but it's all meant to give you guidance. So, buckle up. These are not the sweet fairy tales. We know these are the grim versions, so they're a little bit darker. But I tell you what, they do have so much meaning. This one here today, boy, do I have a treat for you. It is called Fairies. Okay. And the story of fairies, we know, right? You don't mess with the fae. Say it with me. We don't mess with the fae. Well, the fae are very tricky, aren't they? So this one was looking out and just hanging out in the woods. And of course, the fairies like to see what people will do. So a girl was walking through the woods and she seen an old lady who was really a fairy in disguise. And the old woman asked her for water. So the girl went, though she didn't have much with her, scooped what she could and gave the woman water. The old woman then showed her real identity as a fairy and said, I will reward you now. Any words that come to your mouth, when you speak, a jewel will come out. So virtually, the girl had unlimited riches for the rest of her life. She was forever taken care of by doing one good, one selfless deed. This is one of the morals to the story, but we'll come back to that part later. Now, the girl went back home and she lived with her father, her stepmother, and her stepsisters. When she came home, she told the tale, and all the jewels were coming out, and the stepmother got really excited. The stepmother was greedy as well. The stepmother wanted what was not hers to have, which was all the riches. She wanted her daughter to have the same things that she had. So she told her daughter, I want you to go to the woods. And she asked the girl all the details and what woods did you go to, at what time, what did the lady look like? She went into the woods, but the fairy are not to be deceived. The fairy understand greed as well. And again, they say, do not mess with the fae. So the fae this time came as a queen, cloaked and dressed in all her golds, and she asked for some water. But the stepsister, not caring with anything that this is a queen, she wants the old woman because she wants the riches, not thinking of what could come from helping her. Well, she rejected the queen, and when she rejected the queen showed her true identity as the fairy. And she cursed the stepsister to have toads and worms to come out of her mouth. So she went back home. And of course, when she got home, toads and worms came out of her mouth as she told the story. And the stepmother was so upset that she lashed out and she kicked the sister out because she blamed her for her daughter now being cursed. But really, it was because of their own greed, their own spite, their own selfishness that actually caused this to happen. Of course, as all fairy tales, there is a prince who comes along and who saves the girl, who obviously makes him a very wealthy king in the long run. And they go ahead and they live happily ever after. Whereas the sister and the stepmother, they rotted throughout eternity. So it was a very rough tale for them. Now, this story has so many lessons in it that I actually am going to go ahead and list a couple of things from the direct storybook, right? It says words have power to change our lives. And when you think about this, because the girl was so innocent and she went through with love, she went through to help someone, but not out without thinking of any fortune for herself. That's why she was blessed. So, you have the power to change lives by just speaking kindness into the world. Be charitable to all, right? A lot of times we'll turn something down or we won't give that extra because we're sitting here thinking, well, it's not benefiting me. Sometimes it has to go beyond that. Sometimes you don't know what that one benefit may help to do something else that may come back around and change your life. But don't always do things by seeking a reward. Have a good spirit. Good karma comes back around, if you will, comes full circle. Imitation is never the way to success, right? The stepsister copied off of what the sister did. when she went into the woods. But it wasn't about having the same that someone else has. That's not how you necessarily gain riches. That's not how you gain fame. That's not how you gain love. You can do all the same things someone else does, but it has to come from your spirit. It has to be authentic from you, right? We're all made different for a reason. And someone may need your assistance soon, okay? So this card definitely tells you that it's time to look out for someone who may need your help and understand that there may be something that comes back in that may benefit you. Maybe not in a certain way that you're looking for, but it could be so much more enriching. So keep your heads up. Make sure you guys are paying attention to the sign and remember to give with a charitable heart. I do hope you guys enjoyed this enchanted spread. Make sure you guys like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next week.
Now what's this